Hello, hi, this is Ray again. And my conversation with you today, it pertains to being your biggest asset, you being your biggest asset. And what I mean by that, what I mean by that is that you are your household's biggest asset. Your family relies on you because you can have a house, a car, investments, and whatnot. But when you're gone and no one to maintain this, then what? Years ago, when I was in the mortgage industry, one of the things criteria that I always look at and very careful to assess my clients whether they're going to get approved for a home or not is that what they call a debt to income ratio. How much is your income compared to your debt, or vice versa? What I used to see was this: there's some people who make a lot of income, but they also have a lot of debt. So the debt to income ratio is very, very high. I've also seen some people where their income is low. Their income is low, but they also have low debt. So what does that mean? Their credit scores are usually pretty good. However, they don't have enough income to support the house that they're investing in. Where the people who have high income and high debt, they may have the income to support it, but their debt is so high that they're even more volatile because these people's credit scores are usually bad. And that means if their credit score is bad, that means they've been somewhat late in paying their bills. And the banks don't really like that. So what does that pertain to? What does that pertain to you being your biggest asset? Well, it's called living a balanced life, staying healthy, and so that way you can, you can earn a living for your family, and being happy and stress free. A lot of the stress is this: it's not so much time, it's majority finances. Finances is what is the biggest problem out there. And with today's economy, we're all into that financial blur. And that's probably why I'm bringing this to you, these vlogs to you, is not to so much dwell on the finance, because if you've hit rock bottom financially and your back is against the wall and you go out there, here in the island, jobs are very limited. It's not like really like maybe in the mainland, especially California, where it's very entrepreneurial. It's a tourist-driven state, and so we have a lot of restaurants here. It's tourist-driven, and so you're kind of limited. So I'm so thankful that we have the internet and social media, and so I can do this. And the field I've chosen to do in the finance world is pretty much I can build it everywhere that I want to. And part of the reason why I'm doing this video is that I'm always seeking people out there who is possibly looking for another way out. Not necessarily leaving their jobs, but possibly just to have that little on the side money. That's very popular over here. That's the reason why MLMs over here are very popular. Little side money. You have people here selling huli huli chicken, just a little pick up here and there. Maybe go to the stadium and sell their whatever that they have on there. Little trinkets, whatnot, anything to earn some dollars, just so that way we can pay the bills at the end of the month. We do over here, and that's why over here the bond with people is very close, where we take care of each other. Over here is very common for, let's say, for instance, a family member or even a friend to take care of someone else's family member or friend. They call that Hanai family. So the trust is good. But going back to you being your biggest asset, it's so important to really invest in ourselves, especially what goes in here. I always for my last video, I always say always, put something good in your mind, so that way your heart will understand it. And when your heart understands what your mind tells it to do, then it comes out here in a more positive way. And we need more to come out here positive than anything. There's so much negativity out there in the world today. And a lot of times it's even subliminal. And it's very dangerous, especially for our children, to hear all these other things and all that. So be careful with that. Be careful what you watch, especially the internet is open to everyone. And it's limitless. Even the video games out there. So invest in yourself by taking care of your health. Invest in yourself because you're the biggest asset, by really knowing with the finances today. And I'm there with you, and that's why I'm doing this video. I've always said I'm not a guru, I'm not a professional, I'm not this guy that's done it already. No, I'm doing this video because I'm there. The struggle is real. I'm right there with you. I'm not here to show you, I'm not here to sell you some type of seminar, maybe not yet. So I'm doing everything in a frugal manner. And these videos that I'm doing, whether if you have a comment, and some people I've talked to say, but Ray, what happens if they say something negative and they just blast you and whatnot on the internet? Good. That's exactly what I'm doing. Because I'm investing in myself, because I am my biggest asset. And if you don't say those comments to me, or whatever it is, good or bad, how am I going to learn? How am I going to know? If it's something, if it's a positive or reality feedback that you can provide me with these things I'm doing, blogs and my vlogs and whatnot, I completely just embrace that. If you're just going to say something, oh, you know what, your grammar is wrong and things like that, and you have an accent or whatever, or your shirt doesn't match, or what's that on your skin and whatnot, well, I can just bypass that because I already know it. Okay, you're not telling me something I don't know. Okay, so I'm not offended by that. Those are out of my control, and therefore I can ignore that. Thank you, but I hope you didn't waste your time telling me something I already know. Tell me something I don't know. Teach me something. That's why I call it a conversation. I'm not here to tell you, to preach to you, to sell you something, because I can't stand those things. But what I do love to do is have a conversation with you. What I do love to do is we can have a relationship in terms of, virtual relationship, I guess you would call that, where now with the social media, everything is right there, immediate, to where I can get your respond and whatnot. In fact, I even got into Periscope because they can respond and chat with you while you're doing your video. And this is how we're going to do things in the future. And with the internet now, and everyone out there, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone out there is trying to find extra income. Let's think about that for a minute. You and me are always trying to find extra income, even if we're working a regular job. Why? Because in today's time, you don't know when you'll have a job tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to get that pink slip today. And a lot of times, it may not even be anything you did. They've changed the laws now to where they can fire you just because of the company is not doing so good. The company is in the red, and they can basically take you out. And I've learned that years ago. And so I've kind of lost, I kind of not rely on that anymore. So I said, you know what? I have my skills. With the internet, I can go through webinars. I can go through these free seminars. I can do these videos where people can interact with me and learn from them. And I can communicate to anyone in the country, anyone in the world. And actually, this whole thing that we're doing here, we can monetize this if you think about it. We just got to work together. I'm not on the internet or on the social media and telling you how I feel and what happened to me and whatnot. You know what? For me, if that's good for you, I'll watch a video and I will like it. Maybe I'll even do a comment on it. And if it touches me, I will share it. So Please don't take it as if I'm not supporting you. I support you 100%. If that's what makes you, if that is your therapy, like this is my therapy, then amen. I support you on that. But what I'm trying to gather here is I would like to become your friend. That's all I am. I'm not a professional. I'm not a guru. I'm not a, you know, I'm not an expert. I'm not, oh, I already did this. I said that in my other videos. I'm not. All I am here, what I'm trying to achieve here is I'm just trying to be a friend. I'm just trying to be a friend, reaching out to you. And if you're watching this video and you enjoy it, thank you so much. And if you want to do a video where I can learn something from you, that is what I really ask for. And that's wonderful. And that's why I call these episodes our conversation. And thank you so much for your comments, and thank you so much for sharing. And remember, invest in yourself because you are your biggest asset. God bless you, and mahalo.